Okay, this is something that everybody's going to have to deal with. Everyone's going to have a bad day on the water. It's just unavoidable. Things that really contribute to this is you've got just a limited amount of time during the course of a day to figure these fish out. And you can't carry every bait that you own in the boat. So you have to make a decision on where you want to fish and the techniques that you want to fish, and you've only got 7 or 8 hours to do it. I mean, so you can't do everywhere. You can't fish everywhere over the lake. You can't try every technique. So what do you need to do in that terms? And I sort of want to go through my thought process, what I'm going to do this weekend. What do you need to do to switch it around? A couple different things to remember here. First of all, it could just be a timing thing. It's like if you have a bad day on the water like I did a week and a half ago, you may just been at the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong lure. Say, for example, if I pulled up on one stretch of docks or something, maybe the light level was a little bit low, and if I'd have came back there, at noon when the sun was off, it'd throw the shade off, and maybe those fish would have been more active, or maybe instead of fishing a jig or creature bait, I should have fished a plastic worm or a tube or spinner bait or whatever. So you may not have to make an area change, and I may not have to make an area change. Maybe it's just a technique change. So one of the things you want to do is if the conditions are similar, like say your water levels and your water temperature and your water clarity are all similar, and you're fishing, within a week or so or 2 weeks of where you were before, a lot of times you're going to have some pretty good success, or you can turn things around by going back into those same areas where you have some confidence in, and maybe you caught fish there in the past, and just readjust your technique. Go to those areas at a different time during the day. It's like if you were fishing a slow bait, 2 weeks ago or last week, try moving bait this week. If you were fishing a shad pattern, crankbait or whatever one week, go to perch pattern or some type of a brighter color. Switch up your lure profiles, your lure categories, speed or retrieve, just try something different. Okay, that's one thing that could work. Another option is there are always areas on the lake that are hotter than other areas. Some areas, it just may feel like it's a little dead in there for whatever reason. Other areas seem like they're on fire. Some of them are in between. There's usually some part of the lake that is a little bit more active, and that's usually divided between the lower lake, the mid lake, and the upper lake. And depending upon the time of the year and the conditions, a certain part of that lake might have more active fish in it. So another solution that you have with it is completely go to a different part of the lake. And that's one thing I'm considering. I was fishing really stained water last weekend, maybe